Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're having a nice day, and I hope the audio is coming through good for you to hear. I'm in a different location recording, so hopefully everything's okay there. But today we're going to talk about how much is your bank valuing you worth as a customer. How much are you worth to the bank? How much is your account worth? And we're going to speak about this in relationship to emerging technologies, blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies, as such, as many of the companies in the banking industry and is moving over to using blockchain technology as such and products. Um, so what is your value to them? So according to these statistics, and they're taken here from let's see here. They have one Novatons.com, and I've done several related Google searches that are somewhat relational to this figure that I'm going to read now. But it says, higher pricing power reflecting an attitudinal shift that offers as in-depth customers place more emphasis on intangibles such as rewards. Think about that for a moment. That's very important because it sounds a lot like cryptocurrency. Recognition and service. Our research indicates that all told, the average lifetime value of a consumer banking customer ranges between $2,000 to $4,000. That means that every person banking, their value over the life of their account is going to range from about $2,000 to $4,000. Now, another figure I found is somewhere right around the $2,000 mark, $1,700, right? So this seems to be a pretty comparable statistic, right? So that is interesting. Now, why is this important to cryptocurrencies like the Bitcoin MYK backed dollar, the Bitcoin MYK project? Well, we're going to explain a little bit of that today, why that is so important. So if we go back just a little bit here to projects like Facebook Libra Coin, looking here on leewayhurst.com, they're speaking about all the variety of things that happened when the Facebook Libra Coin project announced that it was doing this combination of blockchain technology along with its social network, right, that reported over 2.5 billion users. Here's the very interesting thing about this. As we look into, we consider now that the banking industry is vying for your $2,000 to $4,000 on average worth of an account. What is social media vying for? Well, they're vying for the value of an account ranging from hundreds of dollars to thousands of dollars. I think on average, Facebook now is something like valuing each account around $700 per social media user. So now we have two figures here, two interesting figures. We have a figure that is dealing with the average cost of the client to the bank, and we have the average value of the social media account to the network and the company. And they're going through this article about the valuation of these companies and just how valuable an account is to them. And so it was written some time ago, but I thought it was very interesting just to give you an idea of how they value these social media and just how valuable accounts are to people. When you register for these social media sites, how much value you are worth. So here it's saying here that you are worth $182 to Google, $158 to Facebook, and $733 to Amazon. So wow. And I guess that makes a lot of sense because a lot of times you're coming on Amazon, you're going to spend quite a bit of money. Whereas with maybe Google, maybe Facebook, it's generally these sites are free to us to use and post. And so I want to stop that little video clip there. Sorry I didn't give you the heads up and warn on that, but I had been looking for that information and article, and I had misplaced it, so I had covered it several months ago, and it was just easier to just play a clip from the video I did, so you could kind of see where I was going with this. So the other thing is, this is very outdated information. I think at the time that the number for Facebook was quoted, they said here it was around $158 per account is what the value, what your value was to Facebook. But that was when Facebook only had, I believe it was something like about not quite 300 billion users. So you're talking some years ago that this article was valid information. Since then, Facebook has increased to about the value of Facebook as well. It went up to something beyond $700 billion. I'm sorry, it wasn't that it had 300 billion people. It was that it was worth about $300 billion, right? So in other words, Facebook's value more than doubled since the time that information, that statistical information. And it goes on to, quote many of the major social networks and platforms that have a very high market cap, a lot of value. Now, this is all very interesting because that's just from social media, right? That's not including banking. When you include banking to that formula, you're looking at about another $4,000 per account. And I would estimate on the high end of Facebook, you're looking at probably about $300 to $400, right? So you round that off, you could these industries could be looking to gain from every person out there around about $4,400, right, on the high end. And that's very interesting. We don't tend to think of that in cryptocurrency, though. The importance of the wallet, right? What is cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency at its very essence is an evolutionary step in our banking, right? Our banking system, but not just our banking systems. This kind of combination between the banking and the social network, right? That's why we have all these. We started with systems like PayPal to figure out a way to connect people together through social media for them to conduct commerce and spend money. And then we went on to the cash apps and such. And now these wallet integrations into various social media sites, like what we probably would have got with Facebook LibreCoin, which would have been one of the most colossal ones. And it put many of the global fiat currencies in danger because what was going to happen when you have 2.5 billion users doing commerce in the same currency, right? You would have nothing comparable to that, and that hasn't happened yet. The governments will do everything they could to cease and stop it and to break it up, and probably to various other entities, right? Like what they're attempting to do now. But many believe that wouldn't work, right? That wouldn't be a solution to that. Because one idea is people don't want to use the second best of anything, right? When you, it's like if you're banking with somebody or you're getting some product or service, and I came to you and I told you, well, you're going to get the second best service in this. More likely you want the first ranked service, all right? So that's one of the big issues when it comes to breaking up these various products and services. All right. And again, I hope my audio is coming through okay. I'm in various places today around the house. I'm not speaking from a central location. I've been on the move for a bit here, but I want to take all of this and combine all of this and speak about the airdrop with the Bitcoin MYK backed dollar, which is happening here uh, over the next several days. So the Bitcoin MYK backed dollar, I think the easiest way to describe the Bitcoin MYK backed dollar in relation to this is that from a use case perspective, it doesn't do anything unique or out of the ordinary that we haven't seen in other cryptocurrency projects. But I think what the Bitcoin MYK backed dollar does get right is creating this user friendly uh, interface and system where your social media and your networks and your commerce is, at least for the first time I've seen it done this way, is really put in a neat package where you're able to move and transfer your value to your communities and to your network, right? And so I think the difference here is, as we have seen this type of thing before, I think the differences here are going to be specifically to, I've seen uh, ways to transfer your value through networks that were more geared to one or the other. Like we've seen the PayPal's and the Cash apps, and those are just money apps. We've seen the Instagrams and the Facebooks, and those are just social media applications, right? But what we haven't seen is we haven't seen this combination of my social media applications and my money transfer systems, as it were. Now, this is a decentralized network with your money, and there are no middlemen or companies controlling it. So I wouldn't call it banking in any of the sense that we're thinking about it. But cryptocurrency and this ability to move these cryptocurrencies and to move this value and to transfer these values, it does by default create these wallets that make it where it's possible for people to be able to, in a safe manner, hold their assets in a non-inflationary way, especially with projects like the Bitcoin MYK backed dollar and Bitcoin MYK, which have very low levels of inflation. Um, and those are very important elements to what we seek in the cryptocurrency space, right? And just in our banking finances in general, right? So you can do pretty much everything in this network that you do on your top level social networks, and your transfer of your cryptocurrencies. Our transfers are essentially free. They're fast. They use the Hive and Steam blockchain for the most part. They're usable on the Waves blockchain, and these are all very fast and very user friendly interfaces. So it just made sense that we would be on those chains, and you can also move the cryptocurrency beyond these chains, right? And amongst these chains, in this type of interoperability. So that's all very important to the Bitcoin MYK backed dollar. So if you have any of those wallets, how the airdrop is going to commence? People who have wallets on the Hive blockchain, the Steam blockchain. Now, you do have to have an account on the Hive Engine Exchange or the Steam Engine Exchange, right? So if you miss anything about the airdrop details, just roll the video back and it'll tell you how to get it. Very easy to get accounts with these things. Um, that is because the protocol for Hive and Steam was basically designed by a lot of the community and not many of the founding industry. So they do use the code and the protocol smart contracts to connect to the Hive and Steam blockchain. But you will need a Hive Engine account to to be able to log in and find where your wallets are held, right? You won't have to re-register an account or anything like that. With Waves, as long as you got a Waves account, it's going to probably end up in your wallet. The only way it won't end up in your wallet is if you've probably if you're not in major cryptocurrencies, right? If your wallet is showing up in any of the major cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, in the Waves cryptocurrency, which it should, because you're gonna need to hold some Waves to do any transactions. So unless you don't have any Waves at all, that's the only way you shouldn't end up with any. The next part is the order in which you will receive the airdrop is going to depend a lot on your activity. So the people who are active on the BitcoinMYK.com site, they're going to be getting hit first with the Bitcoin MYK back dollar airdrop, right? And we'll have a little forum section to where you can raise your hand and go hello, hello, and you'll get the Bitcoin MYK back dollar drop expedited quicker than most will probably receive it. What else? I think that's about it. All the details of the airdrop. It's going to be going over probably over the next several months, right? Over the next 2 or 3 months. So be patient if you don't receive it. Make sure you got a BitcoinMYK.com site and so on and so forth. What gives the Bitcoin MYK back dollar value, right? Well, besides its deflationary qualities, you can see that it is a social network application with it. You can do many things on it. You can create your own group front ends. You can transfer through the wallet from person to person. And so all of these things are available to you, much like what you get in your traditional social media sites. And of course, we can understand by just the beginning of the video how social media accounts gain value, how banking accounts gain so much value. So to sum it up and to make it comparable to cryptocurrency, whether you're part of a large banking conglomerate, your local credit union, whether you're part of this Facebook social network or Instagram or TikTok or whatever the case may be, the more people gather around these networks, the more attention value is created, right? It's just like if a lot of people showed up at an event, that event would hold a certain amount of value because there are always going to be several million people there, right? No matter if the event was free, the focus of the attention of the event itself would carry so much value. And that's the idea of what's going to happen amongst the Bitcoin MYK project. Why, through its banking-like framework, which all cryptocurrencies have, right? So any cryptocurrency can make this claim, like we're making, that your accounts could be worth $4,700, $4,400, or whatever the case may be, right? Anybody can make that claim, right? But I think where Bitcoin MYK gets it right is within making that claim, you're going to find that these are the easiest wallets in cryptocurrency. Right now, the Ethereum wallet is so complicated. The Bitcoin wallet is complicated. The Bitcoin wallet is not that complicated, but the Bitcoin, to put it, it's almost like an abstract idea, right? To really put Bitcoin in the right framework, a person who's never used cryptocurrency Bitcoin, there will be some difficulty. But the other issue with Bitcoin is just the high transactional fees. Remember, with the Bitcoin MYK project, with the Bitcoin MYK backdoor, you're going to be transferring the cryptocurrency essentially free. You're not going to see any fees taken from your transfer of your product, at least on Steam and Hive. You will see low fees on the Waves network, but these are quite minuscule fees, quite low fees, and nowhere comparable to what you get in Bitcoins and Ethereum. Its interoperability also allows it to scale, as able to hop from chain to chain if you want to send transactions. One chain is congested, you're able to simply move through your wallet access to another. Those are what can make the Bitcoin MYK project, the Bitcoin MYK backdoor, such a valuable wallet to hold. The ease of use, the accessibility, the idea that anybody can open a bank account with some Bitcoin MYK money in it within 5 minutes. And that is because And we use a various words for it. You can call it a dividend. You can call it a universal basic income. You can call it interest. Whatever in your frame of mind it works better as. When you hold a wallet, you gain a little bit of value from the network. As long as you have a wallet, as long as you're logging into your account, every day you log in your account, you're getting a little bit more to cryptocurrency, right? Every day based on the activities you do. And we're not going to go deep into detail into that because we'd actually subscribe to the channel, like the videos, and you'll find a wealth of information in our library about why that is and how the project continues to build value. And we, of course, welcome you to read the white paper. But that's all I pretty much want to say in this video. If you don't receive your airdrop, don't be hesitant. Don't be shy about contacting us and letting us know why you didn't receive it, right? If you're looking for the price of Bitcoin MYK, if you're having trouble finding it as, although we're listing on many of these coin pricing networks, you might not find it on many. We're listed on not every one. But if you look to the right hand of your screen, you can simply click the icon and it will take you to the value of our cryptocurrency, right? It'll take you to our markets, right? And when it takes you to your markets, you can begin to see, what the value is, what the price is, how to trade the Bitcoin MYK backed dollar, over on exchange, like many other exchanges that we trade. And this is the Hive engine, what I was talking about. So you can see the price of one of the cryptocurrencies is now over $6.83. Now, of course, that price will go up and down. There'll be various amounts people receiving the airdrop. Here's what I want to emphasize. The more that you're on the site itself, bitcoinmyk.com, the more your airdrops are going to be, the more you're going to get, right? We also have referral programs, we have a variety of things. So make sure you're paying attention to that and you're doing all those things. And again, don't be shy about coming on our Discord. We have an instant message system on the bitcoinmyk.com site. You can talk to us there, talk to us on Discord. You can even comment on these videos and just let us know whatever problems you may be having, and we can help get you started and help get you sorted with that. But that's all I want to say in this video. If you like content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe. Until next time, as always, take care.